I was reading the autobiography of my Toastmasters mentor. She went through a lot of things in her life. I won't detail all of them, but I'm at the section where she says she was remembering this interview that Maya Angelou did with Oprah Winfrey. And Maya Angelou said that you need to be true to your word. You need to have a place inside of you that's completely clear and sacred and clean and pristine, that you can go to whenever there's a bunch of bad things going on outside of you in the world that we're in. And you gotta learn to stay true to your word, as in keep your promises to yourself and your others. That's how you maintain, oh my goodness, that's how you maintain integrity. That's how you know your word means something. And you say, you have my word. They really trust you. They believe you. Even despite what happened to me and what I'm going through, I had not always been true to my word. I opted for bad habits, I relapsed. But I suppose one of the first steps is being aware of it. Because I do feel disappointed in myself every time I don't stay true to it. Oh man, Lee Highway. I think I gotta go back. I want a different path when I go back though. I know at this point a lot of the scenery is looking familiar, but I just want to talk, you know? I got some things to get off my chest. I notice that when I talk, it's pretty choppy and interrupted. But then I have to remind myself that this is different from having a conversation, a dialogue with another person. This is just me talking to myself, to a camera, for who out there is listening or watching. And you think that dialogue and speeches and talking has to be continuous, free-flowing. Therefore, it seems, I don't know, competent and confident, extemporaneous. Pretty much what extroverts exhibit. Uh-oh, they got a sprinting race going on there. It's funny, we're always... Oh man, they stopped. Yeah, it must be for a cross country or a track. I remember doing hill training back in the day too. Yeah, like even like the best speakers who give speeches, they pause during their speech. Obama pauses during his speeches. Martin Luther King pauses during his speeches. He's like, and I also must remember that people do video editing. Of course, I rarely do video editing, except when they put multiple small videos together. People who talk in their videos, they gotta cut accordingly because no one wants to see awkward pauses and silences in between. Well, at least for you guys. I say you guys like I have an audience. For awkward silences and pauses in between, you got some scenery to look at. Yeah, so because they edit it seems like one continuous flow of information and knowledge. Like, wow, they know so much, so passionate about it, they talk about it so well. Well, that's because it's edited. I gotta remember that and not hold myself to seemingly impossible standards, or standards that are too high above my capabilities. Another thing I want to get off my chest is, I remember one of my exes, she said that, oh, you must like being alone, huh? You must like doing things by yourself. And that took me aback, because part of it is true. Even if it was true, what's wrong with it? I mean, it might not be the best thing to acknowledge if you're in a relationship at that time. But there are lots of merits of doing things by yourself as opposed to having to do something with someone else almost all the time. I remember this one episode of Boy Meets World. Yeah, Corey and Topanga, they were married.